Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and to this video where I am creating this sparkly, sultry glam holiday look using products from Lit Cosmetics. And if you want to see how I created this look, then keep on watching. So I'm going to do my eyes first today. I figured there's going to be a lot of fallout with this look and I would rather be able to just clean it up, get it out of the way, and then do my foundation. Plus the foundation that I'm going to wear today, I want it to have like a fair amount of glowiness to it. And I just don't want to have to over powder, you know what I mean? So to prep my skin, I use the Ordinary 100% organic cold pressed rosehip seed oil. That was a mouthful. And then I use the Ormedic Balancing Lip Enhancement Complex by Image on my lips. I did go ahead and already use an eyeshadow primer. I used the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in the shade Eden. And then for the base of this look, I'm gonna use the original Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe. I haven't used this palette in so long, and this just has everything that I need in it to create this kind of look, especially with the colors that I'm gonna be using. Glitter-wise, shimmer-wise, all of that kind of stuff. So I thought I would go ahead and revisit some shades I haven't used in a long time. I'm gonna take a Morphe R39 and I'm gonna dip into the shade Pooter. And this is probably the shade that I've used the most out of this palette, actually. And say what you want about Morphe, say what you want about Jaclyn Hill, but this is a really good palette. And I almost bought her second palette with Morphe, the one that has all like the pinks and oranges and stuff in it, because I think that last week it was 50% off at Ulta. But then the more I thought about it, I'm like, I've been buying so many new eyeshadows. I've been buying a lot of shit lately that I don't need. And that would just be one more thing to add to the list of things that I'm buying, using once or twice, and then just never using again. So I did not end up picking that one up. And then building that shade up just a tiny bit. And then building that up even a little bit further with the shade Buns. And this is kind of like a creamy mid-tone brown, almost like a mid-tone pinky brown, something a little bit different than anything else in my collection. Now, you guys probably know that I don't really give two shits about the holidays, but the one thing I can totally get down with is Christmas horror. Yes, that is a thing. There are quite a few Christmas horror movies. And really, for a while there, they were really hopping all over the calendar and just kind of making a horror movie out of any holiday. So Christmas was no exception. In fact, I think that Christmas might have been the first holiday horror movie, because Halloween came out in 78, but I think Black Christmas came out in 74. So I think that Christmas might have been one of the first holidays. But my favorite out of all the Christmas horror movies is Silent Night, Deadly Night. Silent Night, Deadly Night is the story of a little boy named Billy who witnesses the brutal murder of both his mother and father by a man dressed as Santa Claus on Christmas Eve when they are on their way home from visiting his mentally ill grandfather in the nursing home. He and his baby brother escape and are put in a foster home. No, they're put in an orphanage, actually, that is run by a sadistic nun, actually, who pretty much tortures him for all of his childhood years. And once he is 18 and is able to move out of the orphanage, he is attempting to integrate into society and gets a job at a toy store, where at Christmas time, he is kind of pushed into having to dress up as Santa Claus, which he doesn't want to do, and he is soon triggered, so he basically becomes a killer Santa Claus. And it's really like any other 80s slasher movie. It's really bloody, it's really gory, it's definitely very campy, very cheesy, but a little bit intense all at the same time. And when it came out, parents were pissed the fuck off. The idea of a killer Santa Claus was just not going over very well, and I think that it was pulled from a lot of theaters theaters. It did have a theatrical release, but I think it ended up being very limited. Just people being so upset that their kids were gonna see this imagery of a killer Santa Claus with an axe, you know? But it definitely has always been a favorite of mine. And of course, there was Black Christmas, which again, I think came out in like 74. And I'm not sure if this is true or not, but what I have heard is that the sequel to Black Christmas was supposed to be titled Halloween, but then the Halloween that we know and love today kind of beat them to the punchline, and whatever it was they had set out to make for a sequel to Black Christmas never ended up happening. But I really did like the first remake for some reason. I don't know what it was about it that I liked more than the original, but I really did. Oh, and by the way, I've dipped into the shade Central Park to deepen this crease up even more. So Black Christmas has always been my favorite of the Christmas horror movies, but a really close runner-up are the Jack Frost movies, and not the family movie starring, I think, Michael Keaton that came out after the original Jack Frost movie. But Jack Frost is a movie about a killer snowman. Terrifying, I know. Really low budget, really bad acting, really horrible effects. I mean, the snowman is definitely styrofoam. It looks really bad, but it's really entertaining. It's a lot of fun. And then more than the original Jack Frost movie, the second one, Jack Frost 2, so fucking good. It actually takes place at a tropical resort where the husband and wife from the first Jack Frost movie, they have decided to go away for Christmas. They wanted to get as far away from snow as possible because of all the shit that happened to them the year before. So they go on a tropical getaway vacation, and of course the killer snowman finds them there as well. Not only is it the killer snowman, but in this one, he actually has offspring, which are little baby snowballs that kill people as well. But it's every bit as ridiculous and every bit as fun as it sounds. Speaking of completely ridiculous, I'm going to go ahead and link this one down below. There is a 15-minute short that I found on YouTube a couple of years ago, and it became an instant holiday classic. It is a 15-minute short called TREEVENGE, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It is Christmas trees getting their revenge on Christmas Day. It's bloody, it's gory, it's super fucking fun. The only downside is that it's only 15 minutes long. I kind of feel ripped off that it wasn't a full-length feature, but I'll take what I can get. It's a super fun, super entertaining, super gory, and ridiculous little short. Again, I'm going to go ahead and link that one down in the description box below if you guys want to check that one out for yourself. And then as far as Christmas music goes, I'm not a fan at all there. But if I am going to listen to any kind of Christmas music, it's going to be the album Have Yourself a Scary Little Christmas. It is a Tales from the Crypt Christmas album. All of the songs are sung by the Crypt Keeper, and it's an album full of goofy horror renditions of classic Christmas songs. Like We Wish You a Merry Christmas is We Wish You'd Bury the Missus, because she's been dead since last year.
She's getting quite gamey with mold on her skin. You killed her last Christmas, that's how long it has been. It's time you bury the missus. It's time you bury the missus. We wish you bury the missus. She's been dead a whole year.
So if you are into kind of goofy, weird, horror-themed entertainment for the holidays, I definitely recommend giving that album a listen. Okay, so now that the base is laid down, let's get into the fun stuff. So you guys know I love glitter, I love shimmer, I love all things sparkly, and you know that I love Lit Cosmetics. They are my favorite company as far as cosmetic glitter goes. goes. I am lucky enough to have an affiliation code with them. It is right here on the screen. It will save you 20% on any of your Lit Cosmetics orders, but I do not get paid for you using my code. That is just a tracking code so that they can see where their business is coming from. But again, if you would like to save 20% on your Lit Cosmetics order, feel free to use my code and save yourself some money. But today, instead of going in with a glitter on the lid, I'm going to use one of the lit metals. This is a loose pigment that has a fuck ton of shimmer in it. And so I am going to first lay down the lit water resistant glitter base on my lid. And I'm going to lay both of those down with a brush by Lit Cosmetics. This is the Flat Liner Duo. So you can lay things down. You can lay your glitter down with the flat side of this brush. And then if you turn it this way, it's a really thin liner brush. So you can use this for multiple purposes. I am first going to lay down their water resistant glitter base. I actually don't use their primers a lot for glitter, but I did test this out on the back of my hand to see how it would pick up the lit metals, and it seemed to do so really well. Now, I do think that you want to be pretty quick about your application because this base does dry down pretty quickly. And then I'm going to dip this brush right down into that loose pigment, tapping off the excess, and then pressing it right down over top of that sticky base. Now, this pigment, for some reason, doesn't work that well over top of the NYX glitter primer. I almost think that the NYX primer just isn't wet enough to really make this pigment do much of anything. But the consistency of this base just seemed like it would work really well with this pigment. So I thought I would go ahead and give this a try. Now, the pigment that I'm using today is called Addicted Plus Silver. And you're probably not gonna get a really good read of how shimmery this pigment actually is, because this beauty lighting has a way of really dulling down any glitter or shimmer. I don't know, glitter and shimmer is just really hard to capture on camera anyway. The same way that multi-chrome pigments don't want to pick up on camera, you just really can't see the way that that looks in real life in a photograph, in a video. It just doesn't work the same. But just know that this pigment is so crazy shimmery. It's really, really blinding. But there also is quite a bit of fallout from it. So I definitely knew that I wanted to go in and do my eyes first before I even put down any kind of foundation or anything like that. But any kind of nude, brown, or champagne shimmer or glitter is always gonna be my favorite. This is just always the kind of tone that I'm drawn to. Now, I did just have to declutter one of my favorites, which was the glittery champagne pressed glitter by Give Me Glow Cosmetics. That one was so goddamn pretty, but I went to stick my finger in it the other day and it was just like a chunk. It was so dried out. I don't know what the base is that they use for their pressed glitters over there, but you don't even need a glitter primer with them. They're just like fucking perfect. Stick your finger in there, wipe it on, it's good. It's already got the base built in. There's no fallout. I do need to pick up some more of those pressed glitters from Give Me Glow because that is the only one that I ever used and I fucking loved it, but it did sit in a larger palette for a long time. And then the other day, again, when I went to stick my finger in it to test it, it was like, yeah, no, we're done here. But it is really nice when the base is already built in and it's in a pressed form. There's no fallout. It's not as messy. The glitter is just already concentrated and in a base that you can just get on your eyes really quick and be done. But that was the only one that I had actually in a pressed form. I think we've all been traumatized by the Wet n Wild pressed glitter formula. Have you ever used that shit? It's literally straight up Vaseline with a little bit of glitter kind of mixed in. How is that even still a thing? It's no wonder why people are turned off to pressed glitters that are put into eyeshadow palettes, because again, they're just so used to that Wet n Wild formula of pressed glitter that I think that nobody ever wants that pressed glitter in an eyeshadow palette, because again, you're just reminded of like Vaseline and creasy eyelids and non-cosmetic grade glitter. It's just a huge fucking mess. But there really is a lot of hate for both pressed and loose glitter in the beauty community, and I just don't understand it, because I love glitter so much, and I always have, that whenever people talk shit about glitter and they're like, oh, I don't want to press glitter, oh, I don't like glitter, I'm like, I bet you're a lot of fun at a party. It's like people that hate glitter, I put them in the same category as the people that hate the song We Built This City on Rock and Roll, because I'm like, you literally just do not like fun. You just don't like fun. That's what it is. I like fun. I like glitter. I like pressed glitters. Again, pressed glitters are a lot easier to work with than a loose glitter. Loose glitters are what I'm used to working with, so it doesn't bother me at all. It's not a big deal. But if you do like a pressed glitter, the Give Me Glow formula is fucking awesome. Their shadows are great too. Obviously, I use them all the time. Also, there is the new Night Moves palette by Lit Cosmetics. This is a pressed glitter palette, which I'm actually not using in this video today, but I am using it over in a tutorial on my Instagram. There is a giveaway where you can win one of those palettes, so if you're not already following my Instagram, go ahead and follow me there, check out the video, and enter the giveaway there for that one. But there's also a giveaway in this video. Actually, there's two giveaways in this video, but you gotta wait till later for that one. Now, I've never actually used this brush as a liner brush because I don't do a lot of like winged liner or anything like that, but I actually did do kind of a winged liner with a look yesterday, and I didn't hate the way that it turned out. So I thought I would go ahead and do a glitter wing liner today, but I definitely need to shut my mouth and actually get it on my eye, or else this is just gonna look really, really bad. Now, I know I look crazy right now, but don't worry, it gets worse. I'm gonna use Hello Sunshine size 3 on the inner corners. Now, I've been using Hello Sunshine size 2 for my inner corners for fucking years. It's one of my favorites. It's so pretty. It's just this really nice, light nude, like a white gold champagne kind of tone. It's hard to really pinpoint. And then recently, they came out with the same shade in a size 3 and 4. Now, with Lit Cosmetics, their glitters come in sizes 2, 3, and 4. And the difference is the size. With size 2, you usually get a little bit more of like a sheen rather than like a chunky glitter reflect. Size 3 that I'm using right now is a little bit more obvious in the sizes of glitter particles. And then size 4 is definitely very like chunky chunky. But even though it's a little chunkier, the size 4 glitters are not like irritating to the eyes or anything like that. This is cosmetic grade glitter, so the glitter particles are round. They don't have any sharp edges. So even if they do get into your eyes a little bit, it's not going to cut your eyes. It's not going to be irritating to the eyes or anything like that. Now, when I wore contact lenses, I definitely got a little bit more of that, like I could feel the glitter in my eyes because it would be like underneath a contact lens or something like that. But I did get LASIK surgery almost 4 years ago, and I have never felt a piece of glitter in my eye ever since. If it's in there, I don't feel it. It's not uncomfortable. But again, Hello Sunshine is such a pretty shade, and it goes right with Addicted Plus Silver. It's kind of similar in tone. It's funny, I was always so into glitter, and in high school, I would just go down to like the art supply store, or like Michael's or Joann's or one of those, and I would buy all kinds of just craft glitter that I would keep in my backpack. And I had actually forgotten about that until just recently. One of my clients, who was a friend of mine in high school, brought up to me, she was like, do you remember back in high school when we would be walking down the hallway and you would just straight up glitter bomb people out of nowhere? And it wasn't even just like friends or anything. It was like people I didn't even know. I would just take glitter out of my bag and just be like, boom, and like a whole container of glitter just all over them. And I never got my ass kicked for that, which is amazing because it was a mess. My high school was a glittery mess. Okay, so I did some shit off camera. Foundation, eyebrows, lashes, lips, good to go there. Now, I think that if I had a wish list as far as things that Lit Cosmetics had to offer as a company, first of all, I would like to have a glitter primer that's like the NYX glitter primer. Now, you guys know that this is my favorite. I use it with all of my Lit Cosmetics glitter. I use it with shimmery eyeshadow products. I use it with all of that kind of stuff. I would love to see them come out with glitter eyeliners, and I think that would be a cool addition to their range. Eyeshadow, I think that would be really fucking cool if they came out with like something like the Dazzle shadow from MAC. I would love to see them do some really cool glitter highlighters. As far as that goes for today, I am gonna use a product from Lit. This is their glitter camo. This one is in the shade Sergeant Sparkle, and this one has almost like a clear base, but it has a pink reflect and it has some rainbow glitter in it. So I'm just gonna take that on a finger and just kind of pat that into the areas that I would normally highlight. So my cheekbones, I'm also going to tap that onto the tip of my nose here. I don't know what the scent of this product is, but it is a really nice, fresh kind of scent. It's not overpowering, it's not crazy, and it only lasts until the product dries down. I'm gonna take a little bit more. This is kind of drying out a little bit. I have had this for about a year or two, but a little bit more here on the cheekbones. Just a little bit there. And then another new product from Lit Cosmetics. This just recently came out. This is the Pickup Artist. This is essentially a rhinestone picker. It has a wax tip that's able to pick up either rhinestones or larger, chunkier glitters. And then this little piece on the other end where you can kind of move those glitters around into place. And I'm gonna use this today to apply some of these disco dots to my eyes. I have these in two new shades, gold holographic and copper holographic. The gold holographic is a really nice, like light, almost like a white gold, like a champagne kind of tone. And then the copper holographic, I would call more of a rose gold than a copper, but I like to apply a larger, chunkier glitter or rhinestones or anything like that with an eyelash adhesive. This is the Duo brush on adhesive with vitamins. because again, you do need some vitamins in your lash adhesive apparently. I like this because it's very sticky. It dries down really fast, especially with false eyelashes, which is what this is meant for. I'm able to brush it on my lash line and then pop my lashes right down on it, and it dries super fast. They don't go anywhere. So I'm gonna take this and I am going to apply a few dots in a few places where I want to apply the disco dots. And then with the wax tip, I can just pick up a disco dot, then just popping it right into place. Now that was way easier than using tweezers. Tweezers are always just a giant pain in the ass when it comes to picking up like a larger glitter like this or a rhinestone. And again, it just has a wax tip here, so it's really easy to just boop, pick up one of these glitters and popping it right into place there. But disco dots are a lot of fun. They're very large and they're just very reflective. And I always loved the effect of them, but until now, having this tool, they were always kind of a pain in the ass to use because again, I'd have to go in with a pair of tweezers and then you would be holding them with the tweezers and then they would fall and then your glue is drying and all that. So this is a really handy, really easy tool to work with, and it's gonna make me use my larger, chunkier glitters and definitely rhinestones. I would like to use some rhinestones as well. And that is gonna be it for today's look. Like I said earlier in this video, I do have 2 giveaways today. 2 winners are gonna receive a bundle of products from Lit Cosmetics. There's gonna be some glitter, there's gonna be some disco dots, there's gonna be the pickup artist. I've got a few of the bling face masks in there, so definitely make sure that you enter the giveaway. And entering is very easy. Just let me know in the comment section down below what is the best and the worst Christmas or holiday present you've ever received. I'm gonna pick 2 winners. I'm gonna pick my favorite best present and I'm gonna pick my favorite worst present. Make sure that you let me know like your Instagram handle or a way to reach you in the comment section along with your answers. That way I can get a hold of you and let you know if you've won. And also I am doing a giveaway with the Night Moves palette over on my Instagram. So make sure you're following me over there and make sure you enter to win that giveaway as well. Don't forget to stay safe this holiday season. Wash your hands, wear a mask. Actually, you should be wearing one of these masks by Lit Cosmetics. These bling masks are fucking awesome. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one.